So I never do the overline look, but I just wanted to give it a try to see if I could pull it off, and it's looking like the answer is no. But I'm gonna put some balm on it, some lipstick on it, and see if I can save it.
Beautiful, looking nice and looking good, say I go fit to chop you like my food. Beautiful, looking nice and looking good.
What's up guys, Dolly D.M.D here, and I realized it's been a really long time since I've just sat down in front of this camera and put out a video, and I just wanted to say I'm so sorry. Dental school has been a lot. Like, I thought I was gonna have all this time to put out all this content and do all these things for you guys, but school, it's been a lot. So I want to talk to you guys kind of about what's been going on this semester for me personally, what's been going on with dental school, give you guys an update, and I want to do it while I'm looking cute, because I realized for me personally, I have to look good to feel good. So I'm gonna do a little get ready with me, do my hair, do my makeup, and talk to you guys about my semester. So stay tuned. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is my edges. So I'm gonna shift my bonnet back just a little bit so I can get to my edges. And the reason I'm doing my edges is because I'm trying out this new like half wig, headband wig style. So I need to do my edges before I do my makeup so that I don't get brown stuff in them. And so I'm just going in with my edge booster. If you have 4C hair, I don't have 4C hair, but if you do have 4C hair, this is the best stuff that's gonna get you good. I have really thick, coarse, dense strands. And so like this is the only thing that works. Like my friend that has 4C hair suggested this to me, and it works really good on your edges. So I'm just gonna take some. But yeah, so basically what's been going on, today is October 29th. So we're a little bit past midterm season as far as dental school. And the reason I decided to get on camera and make this video today is because, funny enough, not because I had free time, I've just been feeling really extremely overwhelmed as far as school and life. And I was like, what better time to come and talk to you guys about what's been going on with me than when I'm in a state of being overwhelmed. So as far as school, they just added 2 new classes to our roster list. They added genetics, and then they added this portfolio class for us as a part of our like lab component. And so I believe I'm taking 11 classes right now, and if you don't believe me, I have my Blackboard page open and I'm gonna read to you guys what classes I'm taking. I'm taking a service learning class, which is like a project-based class where we have to go speak to these elementary school students about like oral health. I'm taking preclinical general dentistry, which is my lab class. So if you follow me on Instagram, plug my Instagram right here at Dolly D.M.D. Follow me on Instagram. You're gonna see me posting all that stuff with like the drills and stuff. That's that class. There's a class part and a lab part, so it's 2 classes in one. I'm taking genetics, I'm taking anatomy, but it's like histology, it's not like the lab portion. I'm taking biochem, I'm taking oral radiology, I'm taking evidence-based dentistry, I'm taking ethics, which I have an exam in tomorrow. I'm taking the portfolio class that they just added. I'm taking physiology, and then I'm taking dental anatomy and occlusion, which is different from regular anatomy. So that's a lot of classes. And you know, understandably so. I feel like it's been taking a toll on me mentally, and I feel like I'm always trying to be like, no, I'm good, like, you know, like I can handle this, I have a handle on dental school. And it's like, I don't know if I'm trying to convince my friends and my family that I'm good, or if, you know, I'm trying to convince myself, because there are some days where I'm like, oh no, like there's some days where I genuinely feel like, oh, this dental school stuff is like, it's like easy, like I can do this, like if this is what it's gonna be like, as long as I know I'm gonna be stressed, like I'll be good. And then there's other days where I'm just like, I really just feel so overwhelmed, like I don't know if I can do this. Here's what I just look like. This is just gonna have to do. I'm gonna live with a scarf. There's other days where I'm just like feeling super overwhelmed, like I don't know how I got here, I don't know how to manage everything that I have to manage. And today I feel like is one of those days. So that's why I'm just here talking to you guys while I'm doing my makeup. Honestly, with the way I'm rambling, I'm not sure if I'm gonna upload this, but I'll see once I'm editing it. If it makes sense to upload, I'll upload it. If it doesn't, then no one's gonna see this except for me. But yeah, so it's edges done. Okay, so after my edges, I move on to my eyebrows, and my brows are always the first thing I do. So I just brush them out with the spoolie. Actually, they're kind of already great. I do my own eyebrows myself, so I just did them like 2 days ago, and they're already in the shape that I like, so I'm not going to do too much brushing. But okay, so where do I want to start? So I told you guys about what classes I'm taking. So each class, I feel like I told you guys I'm taking 11 classes, but all 11 aren't like super rigorous. Like, it's not like, you know, you only heard like a couple sciences. The rest of them are like either you know, like tooth related or like project based. And so out of all my classes, the one that I feel like I'm struggling the most with would probably be, so my hardest class is physiology, but funny enough, that's not the one I'm struggling the most with. I'm struggling the most with biochem, and I feel like for me, because I've taken all these classes in undergrad, like they shouldn't, you know, you think, oh, they're not gonna be hard, like I've taken these classes before, but when you're taking all these classes on top of each other, and you know, you have other things going on in life. Like, you're not just, you know, school isn't your whole life. You want to see your friends, and you want to talk to your family, and you want to, you know, like you have other things going on. And I feel like I've struggled the most with time management. And biochem, I guess I just never really liked it, and maybe that's why I'm struggling so much with it. But once I'm still trying to figure out how to balance everything, balance my classes, balance my social life, balance life as a young 22-year-old. Right now I'm just I learned this technique. I've been watching a lot of sociology videos lately, and so she uses a pencil, I think, or a pen, but I'm using my e.l.f. Pomade, and I'm just going to make like little hairs instead of like tracing and outlining my eyebrows. I'm just like filling in the sparse parts, and I'll go with my concealer after. Time management, like, it's just easier said than done, and I feel like that's what a lot of people told me. They're like, dental school is gonna be, you know, really hard. You're gonna feel like you never have time. You're gonna feel like it's like a water funneling things into your mouth, and you just can't, you know, take it all. And I never really got that analogy until I got here, and I was like, oh, yep, I get it now. It is very much so that. It's very much giving that. Oh, you know what? I just realized I forgot to tell y'all what kind of look I was going for. So I'm going for a no makeup look. So I'm gonna beat my face. Today I think I'm even gonna put on foundation, which if you know me, I never do. But it's because I'm trying out a new makeup routine. So stay tuned for that. I started already talking about my hardest class for me, my most challenging class for me, which was biochem, and then the hardest class, which is physiology. The reason I feel like physiology is the hardest class for us is because our professors are always trying to trick us. Like, they never just ask questions straightforward. They'll ask it in really obscure ways, which is like, if you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. And I don't really like that, because to me, they're not testing on if you know the information, they're testing on if you can catch, you know, the different ways that they can ask you things, which to me is not very realistic, because in the real world, a patient isn't going to, you know, but I don't know, I digress. I'm getting into that. But I'll give you, let me see, my easiest class right now for me, funny enough, is anatomy, which if you ask my classmates that, nobody will tell you that anatomy is the easiest class because it's so much to memorize. But I love anatomy. I loved it in undergrad. I love it now. I feel like not only, I don't know if it's I love it because I'm doing well in it or if I actually like it, but anatomy has always been extremely interesting to me, and it's easy to study for because there's no conceptual weird ways to ask questions. It's either you know it or you don't. And for me, usually I know it, and so I think that's why anatomy is like my favorite right now. But you know, stay tuned, things could change. Hopefully they won't. Hopefully, you know, we're believing that it will continue to go well for me. I'm just gonna flip this up because I don't want to have a hard time. Oh, edges! I don't want to have a hard time blending this in later, so I'm just going to make sure it touches all the way up there. And I don't want to do that. So as you know, some of you guys may have seen on my Instagram that in the beginning of the semester, I was going into class in person, and I was doing this like for like a week at a time, but it was supposed to only be once a month. But then I emailed the person who's in charge of our like attendance, and I told her, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna opt to do online only. And I feel like a lot of my classmates opted to do that as well, because to get up for your 8 a.m. and have to go all the way to downtown Boston, to have to find parking, to have to do your COVID screening, it was just getting to be a lot. And I was like, I'm not doing this. I like, you know, being in the comfort of my own bed. And so I decided to just be online only, and the only time I have to go in now is for those labs, my general dentistry labs. And it works out a lot better for me. I feel like I can just roll over and start class whenever, which is nice, because yeah, waking up was not it. It was not something I wanted to continue doing, and it wasn't working out in my favor. So I'm an online dental student now. What else do I want to talk about? I will say, I think if everyone had to do it, I do like the idea of being hybrid, because I think it was cool to get to like see my classmates in person rather than Zoom, see, you know, who our professors are. But because they kind of gave us the option, it was like only 1 or 2 people were going anyway, and it's like, well, like what's the point if it's gonna be you and like 2 classmates and the professor? Like it was getting to be weird. And so I just decided that I would just stay home and focus on doing school from here, and just that's what works for me. Okay, so but next semester they already told us it's gonna be the same thing, so we're gonna get to pick like if we want to go in for classes or stay home. I'm probably gonna pick to stay home again, just because I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. If they're letting us pick, then that means most people are gonna stay home, and so I'd rather do that. But along with our general dentistry lab, we're also gonna have to go in for anatomy lab, because we have to do the cadavers and stuff in person, so that's gonna be cool. And what else? So yeah, that's that. So lab updates. So you guys see me doing general dentistry lab. For those of you who aren't familiar with dentistry, the stuff that I'm doing in that lab is like restoration. So you know when you have a cavity and you go and, you know, they drill in your teeth and then they fill it, that's like what we're learning right now. So let me see, we've done class 1, we've done class 2 maxillary and mandibular, but we did those with only amalgam. But then I don't know if you guys saw, the FDA released this statement that they're like, we actually don't think amalgam is like safe to use anymore. And so literally I had lab the week after that, and they switched us over to composite immediately. And so I don't know what that means. If my school hasn't really issued a statement saying whether or not they're gonna like stop using amalgam completely, but for now we're not using it anymore, which makes sense, because if you go to the dentist, most dental offices don't even use amalgam anymore anyway. They only use composite, because most people, when you go to the dentist, nobody wants silver fillings anymore. They all want like white teeth, and they want white everything. So it makes sense. I don't know why, but that's what's going on. So they switched us over to composite. So now we're learning composite. This week and last week we were doing class 2 maxillary and mandibular composite. But like, I'm glad they're not doing like like I know at some other schools, like one of my really good friends, like Dion, like she gets checked on her work, and I'm just like, if I was getting checked, I would be failing. So I'm glad they're not. I'm just contouring right now. I'm glad they are not checking our works, but I think towards the end of November or maybe like next semester, they are going to start checking our work. So I'm gonna have to actually be good at what I'm doing, which makes sense because, you know, to be an dentist, you have to be good at it. But I'm glad they give us so much time to like practice our hand skills and not be worried about being graded, so that we can like just get a hang of what we're doing before that. I've been a dental student for 3 months, and if anyone were curious like how I'm feeling or like what the overall feeling of dental school is, I would just tell them overwhelmed is the word of the day. I'm feeling overwhelmed because it's a lot of classes, it's a lot of material, it's difficult material, and it's just it's hard. Like if it was easy, everybody would be here, and I get that, but it's hard. But I will say the cool thing about being a Zoom student is you don't really get that imposter syndrome like how you get it when you're in class with everybody. So I kind of appreciate that. If you guys don't know what imposter syndrome is like when you feel like you don't belong, like everyone else just like knows what they're doing here and they belong here and they're doing everything right, and you're just like, I don't even know how I got into the door. But when you're on Zoom, everyone's kind of like on equal playing field. So, because it's just pretty much just the professor talking and everyone out in Zoom land. So I really like that because it makes me feel, you know, it makes me feel very like, okay, everyone's kind of on the same level. So I definitely recommend that. And oh, that's another thing, because we're not in person, we're missing out on all the fun stuff that goes with being in person. Like we don't really get to know our classmates. I know 2 of them because I live with them, but we don't really get to know, you know, we don't really get to know like our professors, like past just the academic part. And I just feel like there's just so many fun things I'm missing out on. So it literally just, not only is the dental school part hard, it's like you don't really get that fun to back up the hard parts of it. Yeah, you don't really get that fun social sorry, let me stop talking. Okay, I'm about to bake, that's why I was being loud. You don't get that fun aspects of it. But you know, if you know me, you know I'm such an extrovert, so where there's a will, there's a way. And I made friends with pretty much all the Tufts D24s. So they are super cool, like getting to know them and like comparing our dental school experiences and like getting to, you know, have people who I feel like go through what I go through here and like they get it has been just super cool. Because it's like we're all going through the same thing, we're all going through the same struggles, and it's cool. Oh, and then my classmates. I talked about Tufts, but I didn't talk about my classmates. There is some really cool people at BU. You know, I had my little group, my little squad. There's like 6 of us. My roommates, you know, like Ruth, who I was best friends with in undergrad, and then my roommate Torera is really cool, and then like Courtney and Julian and Octavia, and it's just like I know I have them at the end of the day. If anything happens, I'll be got each other's backs. So that's really nice. And yeah, so pause. I'm just baking right now. While I'm baking, I'm gonna go ahead and put on my eyelashes. I'm gonna leave a recording and just like fast forward it, but yes, I'm putting on. So my lashes are on. I'm just gonna give those time to dry before I go back in with mascara and like make them really blend in. And while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna brush off this setting powder. And then I'm going to go in and add color back to my face with my bronzer, and then I'm gonna go in here and see me do some blush. And then last thing I'm gonna do before I put on my setting spray is I'm going to go in with highlighter. Actually, no, I'm gonna do my my setting spray first because it's matte, and then I'm gonna go in with my highlighter. And then I'm definitely gonna redo my lashes because now that I'm looking at them, they look very, very bad. But okay, yeah, I just want to explain that because I want to start talking to you about like living in Boston, and I don't want to get sidetracked while I'm doing that. So, living in Boston. All right, as you guys know, obviously, I moved to Boston, and it's a lot different from Texas in many ways. The main one being, what am I looking for right now? See, this is why I get sidetracked too easily. The main one being the weather. The weather is just like, it's really different here. Like, we're experiencing a real fall, like as in like 50 degree weather. Like, it's October right now and it's like 50 degrees right now. It's rainy, the wind is blowing. Like, you actually, like, you need a jacket. Not one of those, you know, baby jackets that we have in Texas, like little North Face. Like, no, you need a jacket. And so that's been interesting, just, you know, learning the weather. Oh yes, I'm applying my bronzer to my eyelids because I learned this as a technique. And you know, I'm realizing now that I was supposed to apply my contour there first. I'm breaking everything right now. Okay, I was supposed to contour here, and then go over it. So I'm just gonna do that really quick. But yeah, like, the weather is like, it's like real cold. Like we had to turn on our heat in the middle of October. And I know, like, in Texas, like, do we even turn on heat in Texas? Like, I don't think so. But we had to turn on our heat in October. The leaves are falling, changing colors, which is actually, that part's kind of nice. But pretty soon I'm gonna have to go and get like one of those big puffy bomber jackets and gloves and scarves and hats, which, I don't know, this is not the look I was going for. Like, the bronzer is blending too much. Okay, I might need to go in with a highlighter to like make the effect that it's a different color, because the bronzer just blended in with my skin. Like, it did not do what I thought it was gonna do at all. But we move, we ball. So yes, gonna do my lips. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never ever do my lips, but I just want to try something out. If it looks good, I'm gonna keep it. If it doesn't, but usually I just put a lip gloss on, but today I'm doing a lip. So I'm gonna fast forward this part so you guys can see do the overline look, but I just wanted to give it a try to see if I can pull it off, and it's looking like the answer is no, but I'm gonna put some balm on it, some lipstick on it, and see if I can save it. If not, I'm gonna just take it off, but let's see what it looks like with lipstick. We're gonna go in with Cream Cup and see if Cream Cup can resurrect this look. We're gonna try and go over it with this NYX gloss. It's kind of like a pinky. See if you can do it. I just flexi rodded this little wig, this little half wig that I got from the beauty supply store. So I just took the flexi rods out and I haven't brushed them out. I'm just gonna slap this on really quickly. Hi guys, I look like a little girl with my little things going on. But yeah, this is a super cheap beauty supply wig. The reason I'm doing this is because I saw these little headband wigs on Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to try that, but they were like so expensive, and I'm like, girl, the beauty supply sell those for very cheap. So I got a little half wig, and watch how I'm gonna transform it. It's so easy. It's just boom, boom. You know those little TikToks where they're like boom, boom, pow? That's how it's gonna be. Maybe I'll make a TikTok one day with a boom, boom, pow. But yeah, literally just boom, boom, pow. And how cool is this? And then I'm gonna brush these out so it doesn't look like I'm a little girl. But how cute are these curls? Get into this. And I did these the other day. Low key, some of the back ones are not dry yet, but that is fine because boom, boom, my mind. And you know how much I paid for this wig? Guess. You know what? Don't guess. I'm just gonna tell you. $24.99. Thank you guys for getting through this video with me. It took a long time to get here, but it's here. The video's here. This is what my hair is looking like. And dental school's been a lot, but I feel like every day I'm always learning something. Honestly, my eyelashes look terrible. They're about to get ripped off. But I feel like every day I'm learning something, and I'm really grateful for where I'm at in life. And so if you guys, Thanksgiving is coming. I'm going to be filming some videos for you guys because I feel just so bad that I haven't put out any content. So Thanksgiving's coming. I'm gonna put out some videos for you guys so you guys can feel like I'm not just disappeared on you guys and I haven't forgotten about you guys, because I haven't. I think about my YouTube channel all the time. I always have a quiz every week or an exam every week. This week I had 2 exams, Monday exam, Friday exam, and 2 quizzes due, and a presentation, and it was just a lot for me. And so please know that I'm always thinking about you guys. I love you, and dental school has not killed me yet, and it's not going to. You wanna know why? Because God stays looking out for me. So with that being said, yeah, I'm not doing anything else to this look. I'm literally, like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just about to go study, but I just wanted to film a video for you guys. And here it is, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I love you so much. And as always, God bless you, and like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends, and tell them to, sub to my channel, because I'm cool. All right. Love you guys. Bye.
Beautiful, looking nice and looking good, Say I go fit the chop you